Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first in the corner to my left, fighting out of Mr. Cole's Wild Ride in Disneyland, USA, this is Candice. And her opponent to my right, fighting out of Charlotte, North Carolina, with an official weight of 220 pounds, Cedric Alexander.
There's the bell. Singles action underway. A first-time ever singles match. These two, however, no strangers to each other. Candice LeRae taking on Cedric Alexander.
Indeed, the lumbar check heard around the world. Leonard, we were on commentary for that as well.
It's one of those moments in maybe one of the most talked about moments in AIW 2015. On everyone's highlight reel and the lips of everyone who's a fan of professional wrestling. And now getting to see these two mix it up. They were part of a scramble match at Absolution. Now one-on-one, Candice taking on Cedric.
Say one of the most talked about moments in 2015 in AIW history. The thing went viral. It was a Vine that had how many hundreds of millions of views when all was said and done. Of course, inspiring the match that we here in AIW, it was natural for us. We just had to work out schedules to get it aligned. Just hoping that no one tried to piggyback on us there and book it before we could.
No, AIW often imitated, never duplicated, no matter who or where you are. Cedric, though, does have a huge power advantage over Candice, but I will never, in my history as a professional wrestling commentator, count Candice LeRae out, no matter who she's in there with, no matter what the odds are. I have seen her come back from some of the biggest beatings that would put a regular competitor, gender aside, on the shelf, and she has come back and fought for more.
Well, and I said it at Faith No More. She had that women's title shot against Athena. And on commentary that night, I pointed out that it wasn't two of the best female wrestlers in the world. It was two of the best wrestlers with the display they put on. Wait a minute, balls plex, no. Lumbar check set up, and Candice rocketing out of that.
Yeah, did you see the way Cedric launched her? He was going to lose her, and the lights he threw her so high.
Apparently trying to break the distance record that he set at Absolution. There's Olympic high jumpers that were jealous of the height that Candice got at Absolution off that lumbar check.
And you see Cedric saying, it was that close, I almost had you.
Cedric Alexander.
And again, there's no beef between these two. There's no rivalry. Again, this is all about competition, as a lot of the matches you'll see here in AIWR. We got some matches later on.
Well, and you see Cedric Alexander, the offer the handshake, pointing out that our some of our fans here may be less than. Wait a second! It's Candice using the opportunity. Schoolboy from Candice LeRae. And Cedric Alexander, never one to make the same mistake twice, charging in, misses. Candice on her feet. Did you hear that?
I said before, it doesn't matter the gender or whatever you are, whatever you want. Candice, one of the hardest hitters here in AIW, and not taking a moment's hesitation, but Cedric was ready for her, and he just ran through her and just took her head off with that back elbow.
Just dropping Candice LeRae. Definitely not, but No hook of the leg there. Kind of surprises me from a competitor with the pedigree of Cedric Alexander. I mean, you have to know that he's fully aware of the history of Candice LeRae, of some of the competition we've seen her in.
Oh, certainly. But again, a lot of times, when you're a bigger guy in there, you think just that size advantage you have over your competitor is enough to keep them down. It doesn't matter the size disparity. We saw before, just the match beforehand. Tracy Smothers, the man who will tell you at every opportunity, always hook a leg. Cedric hooks the leg this time, but as we mentioned at the onset of this contest, Candice is going to have a lot of heart. She is going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting until there is nothing left. And even then, probably on instinct, she'll still kick out a few times.
Oh, and calling for Jake Clemens to make the count. And this is how tied these two are, which is crazy, Leonard, considering, as you said, never met one-on-one before.
Right.
They're so tight together. I was attempting to do some research before this match. Hop on Google. Go to Google. If you go to Google Cedric Alexander's name, directly after his name comes up Cedric Alexander, Candice LeRae.
Again, when you say over 100 million views on Vine, one of the most watched clips in all of professional wrestling. Candice here now trying to fight back against Cedric. And again, I don't know if you can tell from his body language here, maybe Cedric is starting to get a little frustrated. Maybe some of these fans are getting inside of his head, whatever. But again, there's no doubt about it. Candice is the hometown favorite here in AIW.
Well, indeed, has developed a cult following here in AIW, and she's never been one to back down. We've seen her in countless scrambles. We've seen her come very close to being the Intense Division title winner. We've seen her a number of times, and moves like that are exactly why the diving Rana from the second rope.
The way she just whipped Alexander over. Candice now looking for a dive, perhaps. No, instead decides to go outside the ring.
As Cedric looking to send her back in, she uses the bottom rope to swing her body around. Suicide dive into the DDT on the floor.
Candice LeRae is one of the most remarkable wrestlers I've ever seen, AIW or otherwise.
And now
Candice taking the opportunity to get back in the ring, recoup, maybe get a breather here, maybe take the victory by count out. I guess either way you can get it.
I was going to say, now it's Candice calling for Jake Clemens to make the count, as Cedric Alexander was just a moment ago. And now charging in, forearms and chops, elbows, everything landing. Cedric Alexander just throws her across the ring.
Is that all? Oh my God, I thought that was 3.
There might be a hole in the center of the ring right now. Are you kidding me, Leonard, with that impact?
Cedric is beside himself. Not even going for another move, just going right for the cover again.
I've seen it. I mean, no doubt, Cedric Alexander, we've seen him time and time again. We've seen the power that he has, the technical ability, to the speed. And you were talking about earlier, he might be getting frustrated. I don't know a human being on the planet, male or female, that's getting up after that type of impact.
Look at the height he got on that splash, giving Candice enough time to get out of the way. Another kick right underneath the jaw.
Wait a minute. Now she's got it. Balls flex. Finally finishing the chain from Absolution. Hook and leg. 2. And Alexander's out before the 3.
I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that Candice is back in this contest, or the fact that Cedric just kicked out of the ballplex, gets caught again.
Just the elevation, throwing her over his head. The the axe kick, heel right to the back of the skull, but it's only going to get 2. You said it before, Leonard. What does it take to keep Candice LeRae down? Once again, vertical press, and once again, kicking out. This time he hooks the leg, all the body weight down, still only 2.
Cedric, if he wasn't frustrated before, he certainly is frustrated now.
And now, wait a second. Now setting up for that lumbar check. Wait a second. Countering. Looking to counter into the Rana. Elevates. Oh! Destroyer! Destroyer from Candice. Candice springboard in. Reverse Rana right on top of his head. Look at the leg. 1,
Got him
2.